Still on the same weather, on the outskirts of Homa Bay County, that is where we are still at, and the El Nino is still on. So I found another woman who was also with, most probably with the same problem, but the difference here is she lost all her 10 kids. At the same time, she doesn't have even a better house to stay in. Anything can happen to this house during this rainy season, but now we still pray that God will work his ways better. So this lady doesn't have all his parents. She doesn't have any relative that she can run to because all of them are dead, all the sisters, all the brothers. And now she reached at a certain point where she wanted even to commit suicide. So from the view, from the story, she tells that out of his 10 kids, she wanted to commit suicide almost in all of them. So let us just listen to her story and listen. I stay alone in this home. I've been so depressed about the fact that I'm staying alone because I used to live with people. So at times I can even sleep without food. So those are the things that I usually remember, that when my kids could have been around, I could have been eating. So I used to see different things from the things that I'm seeing right now. So there was a day that time like this I cooked, and I had to keep my food warm waiting for my son from the market where he went to. So I was quarreling because I knew my son was just making fun out there. So even the food himself, that is the ugali, it became even so bad because I was expecting my son was coming. Little did I know that my son had already died. So at times I just see all these things happening, and by the time they realized that now I was diagnosed with pressure. So when I asked, I was told that it is because of the depression that I'm going through. So right now, when I just knowing that all my kids are buried, it becomes so hard. So at times the devil brings some of his temptation, and it makes me to think about these kids. So I used to have 10 kids, but all of them are dead. And even my daughters-in-law had to run away because there was nobody and there was no food which could keep them in the house. So even the last kid that I was remaining with is also dead. So I'm just remaining empty-handed. There is nobody I'm remaining with in this home. So that is why I cannot think like any other person can think, because I do not have any other person in my life. So even anything, any kills from any other person, any conflict, I had to keep them away. And even right now, I'm keeping myself off all those things because it makes me think of my dead kids. Even the drugs I cannot even get for pressure because I do not have money. Even the house that I'm having right now, it was built by these people from diocese, that is the Catholic. And even people around me, they never allowed these people to build this house for me. But now God has been on my side. So since my kids died, I've been so stressed. I tell you, my daughter, I've been having problems over and over again. So I cannot lie to you. My life has been so stressful. But what I am sure of, that God has really protected me. God has really protected me on a certain level that I cannot even say. So at times when I sleep at night, I tell God that, God, I leave everything into your hands. I am your child. So you know the reason as to why I was created. Please keep and take care of me so well. So even all the kids that had already died, please God forgive them. Forgive all my kids that are died if in case there is something wrong with them. So for me who is still alive, take care of me, God. Take care of my life. Protect me in this house. So I leave everything into your hands. So that has been my prayer all the time. And all these things, the depression where it has led me right now, It is even making me at times to commit that I want to commit suicide. So there was a time when one of my sons died. So I had to be the soldiers at the gate had to hold me tight because I wanted even to go commit the suicide. So I went to the hospital. So I found my son. After some time my son died, the last child that I had. So when I realized that my only child that I had, when I just realized that my only child was also dying, and knowing that I was coming back to my house empty-handed, I had to bring problems at the gate where the soldiers were. So I had to tell them that get away from the house, get away from this hospital, get away from the gate because I want to pass. And my ultimate thing was just to go and drown myself into the Lake Victoria. So I was like, now I have to go back to the house, I have to accept. So even the nurses around had to control my anger, but now I had to do it. So when I was at the gate, I got a bus. So I boarded a vehicle coming to my home. So I just came to my home and I just looked around and I was like, now what am I going in this home without any person? Because she was the only person I was remaining who could even talk to. So I just came and checked everything around until it reached a point that now I wanted to commit suicide. So I was like, now today you have to bury two people. That is me and my daughter. So I've tried several times even to commit suicide since the first child died and now the last one. So know that I've been trying to commit suicide 10 times in my life, but it's only God that has been protecting me and not making me not to commit suicide. So within my life is just a stressful life, but I've been thanking God in each and everything that He does. So in my life, I do not have grandchildren. I do not have grandchildren. I do not have any person in my life. So truly it is I'm in deep pain. So even right now, there is nobody who can take care of me because I am so desperate and they know there is nowhere I can get my help from. So I only get my food when I get out of my house and go to the markets and ask for food from people. I go to them and ask because they're sure that I do not have and they're aware of my situation. So I go ask for whatever any person can give to me. So I survive from, if I beg, I only survive from the things that people give to me, donate. So if somebody accepts, if somebody is having a good heart, he gives me. But at times I can even get out of that place without any food. But by the end of the day, I thank God for God's protections over my life. So I can decide to go to Rodi town and I beg for food. I go to another place, I also beg for food. But I thank God that they've been really good to me and they've been really giving me food. But I thank God, God has been really on my side because there is nobody in our home. My parents died, my sisters died, my brothers died. Everybody is dead in my life. So I'm just remaining alone. So I really thank God. So there is a purpose why I'm still alive in this world. So that is how my life has been. Right now, I don't even have a phone. And if in case somebody wants to reach me, you can always come to where I live, that is in Rodi. But they can as well contact you so that they may get where I live. So that is how my life has been. But I thank God. Yes.